Welcome back to another Seattle Seahawks review. The Seattle Seahawks lose today against the Carolina Panthers 31-24, in what was a tale of two halves. The Seattle Seahawks scored 24 points in the second half unanswered, while the Carolina Panthers scored 31 in the first half unanswered. The Carolina Panthers win this one, and they basically won it in the first half. As I look at this game and I just think about it, it was a tough game. The Seahawks in the first half couldn't get anything done. On offense, defense, nothing was working. They were completely dominated, and the whole entire first half was all Carolina, 100%. The whole second half was all Seattle, but they fell short when it came to an onside kick. If Thomas Davis does not make that catch, Seahawks get the ball, and I like their chances of taking it home. But we can talk about what-ifs all day long, because there was a lot of what-ifs in this game. If the Seahawks don't throw a pick six, if the Seahawks don't throw an interception. But overall, the game was a good game. It was a good game in the second half. I don't want to watch that first half again. But the second half was really good. The Seattle Seahawks rose to the occasion and tried their best to win this football game. They fell short, but I think their effort and their level of ability that they worked on and just the way they played in that second half was really good to see. Now, moving on to the Carolina Panthers and assessing them, they played a great game. The first half was great. And it's really hard right now, thinking that we lost at how close we were. And it would have been better to lose having the ball instead of losing it on an onside kick. You know what I mean? I would rather have Russell Wilson, if he were to lose, which I don't think he would. I think he would clutch it if he had the ball, to lose that way on an interception or something along those lines, turnover on downs, rather than losing and never seeing what could have happened or what could have been. But it was a great season in some areas. I will be doing a Seattle Seahawks season review tomorrow. I more than likely should be, as I will assess the whole entire season. And I'm not going to talk about much of the season here in this video because this game today was a tough game to watch. It was a tough game for both teams. The Carolina Panthers were great in the first half. In the second half, they did not score any points. Seahawks were bad in the first half. In the second half, they scored 24 points. So it was a tale of two halves. The first half, Seattle Seahawks could not do anything. They didn't utilize Marshawn Lynch well. The offensive line could not block to save anything. Russell Wilson was pressured right out of the pocket immediately. As soon as every single play started, Russell Wilson was running for his life. It looked like the Seattle Seahawks of Week 6. It seems like when the Seahawks face a great defensive line, they can't get the job done. And that is what happened in the first half. We moved to the second half, though, and that changed. They were great on offense. The offense played really well. I think there's one or two drives that did not end in a touchdown, but I'm only thinking one drive didn't end in a touchdown. The Seahawks were efficient in the second half. They had a chance to win the football game in the second half, but they burned too much time. There was some bad clock management, and it was just really hard to see that because it seems like a team that is very, very experienced was having trouble with clock management. The defense, the whole entire game, gave up too many plays to Greg Olsen, the number one guy, and he is wide open every single where he was. There was a 3rd and 6, I think, and I think 35 Deshaun Shedd was the man running him down. But Greg Olsen is wide open. He gets a first down, and the clock ticks. And that gives them about 2 more minutes wasted that they wasted. And just too many blown coverages. I know we're a cover 3 team. We like to play man coverage, and it's a good scheme of things, but at the same time, there were so many wide open passing lanes for Cam Newton to throw. Almost any quarterback can make those throws. I'm not completely convinced on Cam Newton. I think Cam Newton played good today, but in the second half, he couldn't hold on to the ball. He couldn't. I mean, they lucked out today that the Seattle Seahawks did not win this football game. Now, by no means am I going to discredit them. They played great enough. They played good enough to win the football game. I'm not going to discredit them by all. They were the better team today. They played better in most parts of the game. The second half, no. The Seahawks were 100% the better team. If we look at the second half, the way the Seahawks played, they blow this team out. If the Seattle Seahawks would have done only a couple things different in that first half, I would be having a different commentary right now. But I'm not going to say what ifs, because the what ifs don't happen. The what ifs are what ifs. It's never going to happen, and the Seattle Seahawks lost. So I can't say what ifs. But what if Seattle Seahawks would have made the field goal? What if they would have went for the field goal instead of going for it on 4th down? Those kinds of things would have changed momentum in the game. But like I said, I got to stop with the what ifs. All right, so let's get back to assessing the game instead of saying what ifs. So the Seattle Seahawks, on offense. First half was bad. Second half, great. Cam Newton in the Panthers offense. First half, great. Second half, atrocious. I think both sides, I could use that word for both teams when it comes to their halves, that they were great in. Defense on the Carolina Panthers side in the first half played lights out. They were not giving up anything to the Seattle Seahawks whatsoever. Russell Wilson was pressured all day long. Second half, Russell Wilson had time to throw. He ran for his life. Russell Wilson made plays today when needed be. It was bad with the 2 interceptions that he threw today, and one had to be returned for a pick six. Both those turnovers had 10 points from them. So those 10 points would have made it a 24-21 win for the Seahawks. Now, obviously, things could have changed, so I'm not saying that by any means. But the Seahawks gave up the ball on those 2 occasions, which really changed the game. It was all of a sudden. So the huge run by Jonathan Stewart, I think it was 59-yard run, gets him in perfect field position. I think that was the first play or second play of the game. And just all of a sudden, me and my dad are like, wait a minute, what is going on here? Next thing you know, they score a touchdown like 3 plays later. I think Jonathan Stewart runs it in for a touchdown. Then, next thing you know, Seahawks get the ball back, and they throw a pick six. Or they get it for the first time, I believe. I think it was the first drive the Seahawks had. They throw a pick six, maybe the second drive. Don't quote me on it. And the Seahawks give up a touchdown. So it's 14-0 with like 12 minutes left in the first quarter. Already it's looking like a blowout. It looks like, oh man, it didn't look good. I didn't think by any means, if you were to tell me that the Seahawks would be down 31-0 at halftime, I would have never thought. I expected this game to be really close from the beginning to end. I also didn't expect it to be a high-scoring game like it was today. I thought it was going to be a dogfight. It was going to be a hard-fought game with both sides of the team, both sides of the football field going hard and making plays. I did not expect it to be 31-0. The 31-0 killed a lot of momentum for the Seahawks, but you know what? They fought. They fought in the second half. They stayed together as a team. They worked hard, and it's so good to see that from a team, to never give up, to always think they're in it. Never doubt this team. The Seahawks played well today in the second half. First half wasn't great, but it was a good season. It wasn't a great season. It didn't win a Lombardi trophy, but coming over the adversity that they did, it was a good season. And I'm proud of this team, and I'm proud to see where they will be going in the future. We got some superstars on that team in the making. Tyler Lockett is going to be a superstar. Doug Baldwin already is. Russell Wilson already is. Thomas Rawls, he was. And I'm not sure if we will see Lynch back next year. I appreciate his time with Seattle, but it seems like if you're going to balance out $9 million or $500,000 to Thomas Rawls, I think you save the $8.5 million. But at the same time, I don't want to see that. I like Marshawn Lynch. He's been a great running back for us, and I will never discredit what he has done for the Seattle Seahawks. But there is a lot of players that might have just played their last game for the Seahawks. If there's 3 that I can think: Marshawn Lynch, Russell Okung, and Bruce Irvin. Those are the 3 at the top of my head, and maybe even Cam Chancellor because of the holdout and the whole entire situation with that. You never know. Who knows what the Seahawks will do in the offseason, but I hope you guys enjoyed the Seattle Seahawks review series. I will be doing it again next season. I should be having a Seattle Seahawks season review very shortly, and within the coming days. Should be out tomorrow on Monday. Hope you guys enjoyed, and it was definitely a tough loss, but be proud of this team. They fought back, and they played together, and I look at the second half more than I do the first half. I'm proud of this team. I'm proud of the way they fought, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and possibly subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.